let's begin to disassemble KF510. Push down and hold the battery locker on the lower end of the battery cover and push the battery cover toward the lower end. Remove the battery by inserting your fingernails onto the two grooves on the lower part. The cover rear is connected by 4 screws. Remove the cover rear by using a Phillips head screwdriver. Let's remove the cover rear. To disassemble this device, move the slide to the bottom and lift the cover at the lower end of the phone to the top. Then push the unit to the bottom. After disassembling the cover rear, arrange the parts with 2 kinds of side key, separated at the time of disassembly. Now we will separate the cover lower. The cover lower consists of 2 screws and 1 hook on the top. Remove the screws. Remove the dummy SD card and cap mobile switch. When disassembling the cover lower, one thing to be noted here is to disassemble FPCB and cover lower. Since a tape is attached, remove the tape from the bottom to the top. Remove the hook of cover lower. Remove the key PCB connector at the bottom of sub PCB. Now we will separate the antenna. There are 4 hooks on the antenna. Now we will remove the sub PCB. Please be careful not to damage the PCB since a tape is attached at the lower end. PCB tape is attached in 2 places. Now we will separate the main board. Remove the cap earphone jack on the left. There are 2 ribs on the main board. Remove them by stretching the cover upper on the right. Now we will separate the LCD BTOP connector. Now we will separate the hinge. Remove a total of 8 screws from the unit. Lift up from the bottom to the top. Care should be taken with both ends of PCB and LCD BTOP connector. Now we will separate the LCD BTOP FPCB. Now we will separate the LCD. We will remove the insulator at the bottom. Remove the hook at the bottom of LCD. Push up from the bottom to the top. Now remove the LCD connector. Care should be taken with the LCD FPCB when removing the part. In particular, be careful with the corner part. Now we will remove the LCD. Care is needed since a tape is attached along the outer line of LCD. Now we will remove the cover upper. Now we will remove the multi-keypad. Remove the part by pushing the front side of the phone to the rear side. Now we will separate the main board. The main board is attached by soldering. Now we will remove the insulator. Care should be taken so that the cable coating is not stripped off. Now we will separate the holder mic. A magnet is attached to this. Care should be taken so that the magnet at the bottom is not misplaced. Now we will separate the main keypad. It is connected by a guide called a deco front on the outer side. The guide is made of 6 hooks. Remove by opening them to the outer side. Now we will separate the battery PCB. The battery PCB is connected with a cable. Since it is soldered to the PCB, care should be taken not to damage the PCB. Separate the battery PCB by pulling it from the bottom to the top. Separate the camera module. It is connected by a connector. Now let's begin to assemble KF510. We will install the battery PCB and hinge. Push in the cable into the moving hinge. Push in the cable in between guide pin and outer line. Install the battery PCB into the seating side of hinge. Put in the opposite side of the cable to the top. Care should be taken to avoid stripping or breaking cable coating and PCB. Now we will install the main keypad. Adjust the upper hole of keypad suitable to the hinge hole. Install the keypad guide. Fix the guide keypad to the hole. Connect it with the hooks on the side and bottom. Check if it is seated safely by pushing the outer line once again. Put them onto two places on the top. Now assemble the holder mic. Install it by inserting the part so that the magnet direction faces the hinge. Connect the part to be parallel by pushing the upper part. Now install the multi-keypad on the deco upper. Insert the upper part of keypad on a slant. Insert 4 guide pins. Care should be taken so that the rubber on the front side does not show. Now we will install the cover upper. Insert the cover upper onto the top of deco upper. Now we will install the LCD. Insert fully to the end after checking whether the connector hook is opened. Install the insulator after closing the hook. Seat the LCD so it is stable. Now install the LCD BTOT FPCB. Connect it so that the main part comes over the top. Now install the hinge. Care should be taken so that the inner part of cap earphone jack is not trapped. Now install 8 screws. There are 2 types of screws. Now solder the main board. Care should be taken so that the height of soldering does not run over the shield can. Now solder the battery PCB to connect FPCB. Now seat the main board so it is stable. Remove the cable fixing tape. Care should be taken so that the coating is not damaged. Connect the main board with BTOB connector. Care should be taken so that 2 ribs are not damaged. Now insert the main board from the left to the right. Seat the right part by opening it toward the outside. It should be seated so it is stable, so that the bottom side of shield can is in a straight line with the hinge side. Now tape the seating part of the cable. Care should be taken so that the bottom part of tape does not run off the outer side of black mold. Now install the camera module. Seat the camera and connect the connector. Now install the sub-PCB. Care should be taken so that the antenna is not inserted from the right to the left. Insert the sub-PCB suitable to the connector position. Connect the key PCB connector to sub-PCB. Now assemble the cover lower. Make the connection by pushing the top first after covering suitably to the shape. After checking the connection status of each side, apply the tape from the top to the bottom so that FPCB can be attached onto the cover lower. Care should be taken so that FPCB is not visible from the outside. Install 2 screws on the cover lower. After installing it, push down the cover lower so that it doesn't become loose. Now install the cover rear and folder assembly. Insert the side key onto the cover rear. Insert the cover rear from the right to the left by lifting the folder. Fasten 4 screws on the cover rear. Put in the dummy SD card and cap mobile switch. Install the battery. Assemble the battery cover. Push up from the bottom to the top. Now let us check the power.